What's up everyone? My car is a verified shitbox. Although my car is a verified shitbox, I'd rather have it be a shitbox than a rust box. And don't get me wrong, I do love this car, but it does need some work. So I've never actually done much body work before, but I thought because my car's already in this condition, this is a good place to start. So this is my first time doing body work and I just want to take care of the rust. I realize I'll probably make mistakes and do things improperly, but when you learn a new skill, you have to start somewhere. And when you're in Japan, a good place to start is Astro Products. This sign literally reads Astro Kogu, and Kogu means tool in Japanese. It kind of reminds me of like a Japanese Harbor Freight. They have a variety of tools you might need to work on cars. The Yokosuka one is actually probably one of the smaller ones I've seen, but the one in Gunma has a lot more stuff. And if you're having trouble finding stuff here, a good website to use to find stuff to work on cars is called Monotaro. After looking through all the aisles, I was able to find varying grits of sandpaper as well as some spray cans. So I've actually been neglecting to take care of my car, and that's because I've really been in survival mode. I don't think people realize how hard it is to leave your country and move to Japan where no one speaks your language. But yeah, I've been in survival mode, so not only have I not washed this car in a while, I just really haven't been taking care of it. So the first thing we're actually gonna do is just take 2 garbage bags and get all the garbage out of the shit box. We're going to take the shit and move it out of the shit box. I always wanted to see this movie. What's it called? I don't know what it's called, but I wanted to see this anime movie. It looked pretty cool. I might just... I want to keep this, just so I'll put it on my anime watch list, maybe. Alright, so I was able to get around 1 bag of trash, and these cans and bottles I put in a separate bag, because you have to rinse these and take out the labels and caps in Japan. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually just take a bucket and rinse the car. I know this is not the proper way to wash a car, but the paint's not in great condition anyway. So, I've watched the Mighty Car Mods video. You know, you use 2 buckets, one for the clean sponge and one for the dirty sponge. And yeah, I know how to do that, but to be honest, the paint's not great. So it's just about getting the dirt off so we can paint. Now that the car's like kind of clean, I'm just gonna dry it and then we'll start prepping for sanding and stuff. Now obviously there's parts of the car that we want to paint, and there's parts of the car that we don't want to paint and we don't want to damage while sanding. So even before sanding, it's good to mask these things off. Like I said, I'm not a professional, I'm just doing this because it needs to be taken care of, and I need to start somewhere if I want to work on cars. When you're masking things off like taillights or metal bits or parts that you don't want to damage, it's good to use a double layer of masking tape on the edge before you sand. Okay, now that we have the car masked off, I'm only going to do a certain section of it because I can only do so much in one day, which is probably going to blend pretty poorly, but like I said, the main reason we're doing this is to take care of the rust, and not a professional bodywork guy, but I would like to paint this car myself eventually, take it all apart and everything. Don't have the facility, time, or money to do that now, so we're just going to take care of the rust, and I'm starting off with a 100 grit sandpaper just to take care of the rust. So let's see how that goes. I'm just going to hit everything with a microfiber, and then we're going to go up to a 320 grit sandpaper. I'm just going to wipe it off again. Ideally, you'd feel this to make sure it's smooth, and maybe use a body filler to smooth out the kind of unevenness of the paint. But like I said, we're just taking care of that rust, and we removed a lot of it there, so. This is called silicone off. This is a degreaser. So if you're looking for degreaser in Japan, it's called silicone off. So they'll have this at most stores. So we're just gonna degrease it and get it ready for the primer surfacer. We have this primer spray. This is a surfacer primer, so it's a little thicker than normal primer. It's kind of made to be the surface of a paint of a car, so let's go ahead and hit it with this. So we've sprayed the surfacer on, and we're running out of light. We've already ran out of light. We're lucky that there's a light right here, and I'm using my phone as a light. Well, now we're gonna hit it with this white. I just want to see what it looks like. Just want to protect it from rust as much as I can, so we're just gonna hit it with the white. This is the stage that we got to today. It's not the best paint job, but it will prevent the rust from continuing to spread and form. One thing that I learned is back when I used to work at that fabrication shop, when we replaced paint, we always used a soft body filler to kind of take the ridge from the old paint to the kind of area as stripped. So ideally there would be a soft body filler here that kind of gets rid of this ridge here. Ideally we take all of the paint off, but yeah, I just don't have the time for that. Time or budget for that. So learning experience, the next time I do this, I have to do this around the whole car. I will most likely buy a cheap body filler, a softer one that I'll put on there, and then I sand down to just eliminate that ridge a little bit. But you can see the color's not too bad, you know, for my first time doing anything. Color's not too terrible. You gotta start somewhere. So see you guys next time on the Shitbox Show.